Frank Monday food review. See if I can find a way to set this camera. I don't have my tripod today, so we're gonna have to figure something out. We're getting ready for the Chinese New Year, and as a result, McDonald's is doing like New Year signage cups. They say have a happy New Year for the Chinese New Year. Really nice. Beautiful red and yellow cup. Very attractive. Coca-Cola, wonderful. Let's get into it. We got a bag of Mickey D's. Let's see what's in the bag. All right. So we've got a Big Mac, one Big Mac, one order medium fry, one medium Coke, one McChicken sandwich. Let's see what that all looks like. I think I'm probably smart enough to figure out a way to set this phone up. Give me just a second, guys. I think this will work. Let's see if this will work. Kind of looks like it might. And again, it might not. Is that going to work like that? What do you think? I don't think that's going to work. Do it like that. This thing bouncing around is not going to be any kind of fun. What else can I do? Put that cup there. And then put the phone here. Hey, that worked. Perfect. As long as I don't knock it over. I knew it. I knew it. I knocked it over. I knocked it over. All right, let's try again. Okay, that needs to be that way. That needs to be that way. And that should do it. Just like that. Is that going to stay? I'll have to keep an eye on it and see if it's going to stay. How you doing out in Happy Land tonight? You all right? We got some napkins. Beautiful. McChicken sandwich. There it is there. We'll look at that in just a second. Here are the French fries. McDonald's French fries from China. This is a Beijing, China McDonald's, everyone. Food review. Let's try one of the fries first. Again, seriously, keep dropping the phone. Not fun. Nobody's going to stay tuned in if I keep dropping the phone, right? Nobody likes that. Why is this thing moving? Why doesn't it just stay? Stay put. Don't move. Let's have a look at that Coca-Cola again. Isn't that a nice cup? McDonald's Happy New Year Coca-Cola. Let's try it. Yeah, delicious. For my fries and chicken sandwich, I got the sweet and sour sauce, right? Is that what you like on your fries and your chicken sandwich? Do you like the sweet and sour sauce? Let's see what that looks like. You ready for some of this? So on the McChicken sandwich is like a large chicken nugget, right? And then it's got lettuce and mayonnaise. And it's on a sesame seed bun. And it's got a nice breaded chicken patty. These fries are perfectly seasoned, perfectly crisp. Very nice. French fried potato. Going in. We've also got a Chinese Big Mac. This is Queen Stephane's favorite. He loves the Chinese Big Mac. He'll stuff Chinese Big Macs in his mouth like he's starving to death, right? Now, on the Big Mac is, let's see what that Big Mac looks like. See, they have a darker colored bun now here in China. It's a darker colored bun. On the Big Mac is 2 beef patties, onions, pickle, lettuce, their special secret sauce, the Big Mac sauce, And it's all on a sesame seed bun. Very nice. Oh, and there's 2 pieces of cheese as well. That's perfect. We'll get into that in just a second. Let's try the chicken sandwich first. What do you think? You like the chicken sandwich? You like chicken sandwich? Let's have a look at that. You got to unwrap the chicken sandwich and have a look. Make sure it's good. It's got chicken nugget, right? Like a big chicken patty, seasoned, salt and pepper, lettuce, and mayo on a sesame seed. And notice the bun on the chicken sandwich is a different color. It's lighter. It's lighter than the other bun, right? Get a bite of that. You ready for this? Are you ready? Let me know if you're ready. You bet. 5, 6, a 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, 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 so good. Mm. Mm. There's a cross section. Beautiful, isn't it? People act like they don't fucking eat McDonald's. I know y'all motherfuckers love some McDonald's. And Chinese McDonald's is just as good as any other McDonald's. McDonald's has scientific best method for making burgers and sandwiches. I don't care what any of y'all say. I know you eat some McDonald's. I know you do. Don't lie to me. This one cost me 50 kwai, so about $8 for 2 sandwiches, a fries, a Coke, and a small ice cream. Cheaper than America, huh? Yeah, it is. It's cheaper than the US, guys. Not cheaper. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Sub the channel, hit the like button. Get some of that French fry with sweet and sour sauce. Oh, so good. So good. Queen Stephane's gonna love this video, man. I got a tranny guy that watches the trans person. Sorry, a trans person that watches my channel a lot, and then he'll replay my videos and make fun of me and say stuff like, "Oh my God, Frank Monday's eating French fries." Oh, hey, we got a visitor out there in Happy Land. Her name is his or her Payeszczyka. Payeszczyka. Are you from Poland, Payeszczyka? Your name looks Polish. Last night I had someone from Poland in the chat room. Make sure you hit the thumbs up and enjoy a McDonald's burger with me, Poleszka. No, I don't speak Polish. I'm sorry. I speak English. I speak English or Chinese. 你会说中国话吗? Do you speak Chinese? 你会不会说中国话? Can you speak Chinese? No? Let's get a look at that burger. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Don't you just love McDonald's Big Macs? Mm. Oh, oh wow. That's fucking. That's fucking spot on right there, man. That's so good. So good. Okay, I don't speak whatever language that is that you're speaking there, my friend. I don't know what that language is. I can't read and write Polish. Are you a Pole or a Svenska? Are you a Ruski? Is that what you are? You're a Ruski? I heard that you guys in Poland considered yourselves to be Russian. That you consider yourself to be a Ruski. Let's get these reading glasses on so I can see what the hell you're trying to write. Oh yeah, I got my reading glasses. You say TY Inglés? I hate this camera setup, man. I got to keep my phone plugged in so I can't set it down nowhere. It's got a cord sticking out the back of it. But you know what? I'm just going to fucking roll with the punches. Every time it falls over, I'm just going to pick it right back up. What do you think about that? What do you think about that, huh? You like that? Big Mac, man. Big Mac. French fry. French fry potato going in. A little sweet and sour sauce. Really good. Really yummy. Look at that. Look at, can you see that? Can you see that? So good. So good. You don't even know. Don't be hating on McDonald's, man. Just because you ain't got none. You gotta fucking be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. Are you kidding me? You're joking. All right. Let me see if I can find another way to set this up. Because this is really getting absolutely frustrating. Let me see here. What we got? Is that gonna work like that? Okay. I'm watching it. It looks like it's already fallen. Let me try putting the cord behind it. Maybe that will help. You think that'll help? I don't think it will. Is that gonna sit? It's gonna sit now. We're good. We're golden. I believe we are good. I think I figured it out. All right, guys. This is the McChicken sandwich. There's the cross section. So nice. Look at how pretty that is. We got a Thomas Kowalski in the ideas room. He says, Sima Varati. Well, a wonderful Sima Varati to you as well. Tomasz Kowalski. I wonder why so many Polish people are tuning in. Poland isn't close to China. Maybe you guys are on the same time schedule as me. You know? Poland, I thought so. If last night Polish people were tuning in too, guys. If every night I live stream, I'm gonna have Polish people tuning in. I'm gonna have to learn how to say hello in Polish. How do you say that? So good. So good, guys. You don't even know. French fries. McDonald's French fries right there. Fold them over, get some ketchup on them. Do you like McDonald's, Thomas? Tomasz? Tomasz Kowalski? Do you like McDonald's? Mm. Mm. Yeah. Make sure you like and subscribe, Thomas. Tomasz Kowalski. Push the like button and then push the subscribe button. Do both of those things for me right now, Thomas. Go ahead. Hit the button. Don't be lazy. I'm working hard to bring you quality content. Chinese McDonald's food review just for you. Just for you and everyone out there in Happy Land. Welcome, Wizard, Warrior, Wanderer, Wayfarer, and Wildcat alike. Wherever you are, whoever you are, and whenever you may be receiving this transmission, McChicken sandwich. Very nice. Going in. Hey, Sal Smith, you're back. Good to see you again, Sal. I hope you're doing well. I'm having McDonald's tonight. No beer tonight, man. Just some McDonald's and Coca-Cola. Last night I had one too many beers. I think you know that. You had to take care of me, help me get to bed on time. I remember that, Sal. You were there with me. You had me drink a bottle of water before I crashed out, and I'm glad you did, because I still kind of woke up with a little bit of a hangover, but it wasn't that bad. And I know that I felt better having drank that water. That was a good call, man. You made a good fucking call. Yeah, you were highly instrumental. I noticed when I got to work today, everybody was hungover because it was last day of work. Everybody went home and had a few beers. and one of the British guys was in there talking about whiskey. He said that he was drinking Japanese whiskey last night. He said the Japanese made the best whiskey, and I thought it seemed really strange. An Englishman was talking to an Irishman about whiskey made by the Japanese. I thought that seems a little bit unusual. I would expect the Irishman to be telling all of us how good whiskey's made and how it tastes. Being that didn't the Irish invent whiskey? I think so. So today we're having McDonald's. We have French fries, McChicken sandwich, and a Big Mac. We're washing it all down with an ice cold Coca Cola. It's a dinner fit for a king. Not really, but it is what it is, right? I know that some people really hate on some people really dislike the food live streams. They're like, look how disgusting that is. That guy's eating food. I've heard that too, but haven't tried it. The Japanese imported Scottish casks and Scottish water so they could make it the same way. Wow, that's interesting. That's fascinating. He didn't tell me all that. He said he was going to, yeah, he said they're making it better than the Scottish now. He said he's going to Japan this vacation and he's visiting like 5 or 6 cities just to go to whiskey distilleries. I thought that sounded pretty cool. I think I'm getting a little aging male pattern balding on my head there a little bit. That's all right. I think that's what it. Um, yeah, he's gonna do that. And what else was going on? Nothing. I'm glad I wasn't drinking whiskey last night, though. That would have been more than I could have handled. I drank enough beer last night to kill a mule. But I ended up feeling fine about 2 hours into work, so it was okay. Hey, somebody named Malton Leon. You look like you're a kid, Malton Leon, like a child, like a 12-year-old boy or something. Haha, how funny. Yeah, I'll sing some more songs. Sometimes I put them up as shorts, and sometimes I sing them on live streams and leave it up. That's fun. Oh, I'm gonna have to learn that "Body of an American" song you sent me. I didn't have any time today though. I went down to the office today, man, and one of my colleagues he wanted to play Risk, so we ended up like in we. I did the morning, and there's nothing going on at the office right now because all the kids have gone home already. And so me, him, and another guy ended up playing Risk. It's like a board game, a little military board game. We played it right after lunch, almost until the time we had to leave. We ended up playing like a 3 hour game of Risk. It was crazy. And I almost felt guilty. I'm like, God, we're just sitting here playing Risk. I said, you got to think of it as like corporate training, though. We're bonding over a game. It'll make us better employees. So that was fun. I don't even remember if I've even ever played Risk before. Yeah, team building. You're right. Yeah, we were doing some team building. We were talking about whiskey and which of the middle-aged housewives that we worked with we were possibly yearning for cock and anything and everything. And so it was good. It was good fun. It was a nice way to spend a hungover day at the office, team building over a game of Risk. McChicken sandwich, guys. Malton Lennon. I don't know how old you are, man, but you look like you're about 12 or 13 in that picture. I'm having a McChicken sandwich from McDonald's, Malton. You like these? You shouldn't be in this room. This is an adult live chat. Children aren't allowed in here. You're 8 years old? Get out of here, bro. Get out. You can't hang out with adults on the internet, man. Your parents shouldn't even let you on the internet. That's not cool. No, I'm going to kick you, bro. I'm going to kick you. I'm going to have to. You're too young to be in here. This is adult talk. Sub my channel, though. You got to up my numbers. No, I won't kick you, man. I don't care. But you shouldn't be on the internet without parental guidance. If your parents are letting you play with the internet at 8 years old, there's something fucking wrong with them. I can't be blamed for your parents' irresponsibility. My kids weren't allowed to go on the internet until they were like 13, 14, 15. And even then, just limited. Right now, my kids aren't allowed to use the internet except for on the weekend and under my supervision. There are a lot of weirdos on the internet. Guys eating hamburgers and shit, French fries. Are you from Poland too, Malton? Is that what you guys do in Poland? Is that how your parents babysit you? They just give you the internet, get you hooked up on the internet, and say, "Okay, kiddo, have fun." All right, we got a new visitor. New visitor. Visitor says, "Hi, I'm Amir, and I'm from Pakistan." Welcome, Amir. How are you? Amalamasakam, Samalamakam, Allah Akbar. I don't know. What do you guys say in Pakistan? I don't speak Pakistani. I'm good, man. I'm doing good. I'm having a McDonald's hamburger, French fries. I'm doing a little bit of a Chinese McDonald's food review with your host, Frank Monday. Hit the button, guys. You guys haven't even hit the button yet. There's been like 20 people in the room already, and only one person has hit the button. And I know who that was. That was Sal Smith. Sal hit the button. The rest of you guys are freeloaders. Hit the fucking button or get out. Get out of my room. Go. Get out of here. I didn't say you could hang out in my chat room. Get the fuck out of here unless you're going to push that button. This is a Big Mac. Really tasty. Do I like Palestine? I don't give two fucks about any of that horse shit. Who the fuck you think you're talking to? And I'm an American, for Christ's sake. Goddamn American. I like America. How about that? I like Ireland and the UK, Scotland. Palestine could suck a dick. I don't give any kind of fucks about them. Yeah, make sure you subscribe, guys. I'll eat a Big Mac like once a week, maybe once a month. Good job on subscribing, Malton. You're a smart fucking kid, man. You're a smart kid. That's really smart of you. Why don't I like Palestine? What the fuck? I don't even know anything about that place. Why should I care? Who gives a fuck? It's in the Middle East. It's probably a shithole. That's my guess. My guess is it's a shithole. I couldn't even point it out on a map, bro. Don't give two fucks. USA, USA, our country 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, to thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the pilgrim's pride, from every mountainside, let freedom ring. Oh yeah, you feel that? Good fucking magic, man. I got food falling out of my goddamn mouth. USA, yeah, Malton's from USA. Good job, USA. Mr. T for president. That's all we care about. USA F-16s, F-22s, Kitty Hawk fucking aircraft carriers, nuclear submarines, M1 Abrams tank, M14 assault rifle, pineapple hand grenades. You talk a bunch of shit, that's what we're going to do. We're going to stomp our asses into your country and give you some fucking freedom. How about that? Do you need freedom? Is that your problem? You want us to come over and liberate you? Liberate you of your oil and your treasure? Liberate you of your women? We can do that. We can most assuredly bring you all kinds of freedom. Freedom from the oppression of having all that treasure over there. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, Amir? Amir? Do you need to be liberated of your treasure, Amir? You picked the wrong fucking chat room to ask stupid questions, didn't you, Amir? I think I'm going to come into Frank Monday's chat room and ask him some stupid questions. All right. What do you think of New Delhi, Frank Monday? I don't think of New Delhi. Do you see this? Do you see what this is? It's Caucasian American, man. Irish, German Irish Jew. I don't think of New Delhi. What do you think of my McChicken sandwich, Amir? Don't give two fucks. How about that? How about that? USA! USA! All right. Coming to save the day. Rah! Rah! Like an American bald eagle. Malton knows what's up. What's up, Malton? Throwing up Old Glory. The American flag. Good man. I appreciate you, Malton. You got my back. You're a good man, Malton. But your parents need to pay attention. Make sure you ain't watching Frank Monday on a Wednesday night. You should be doing your homework. I appreciate you, though. Mad love to Malton. Malton Lynn. He knows what's up. He knows how to fly, Old Glory. I'm suspicious of you internet tourists, these people who come in here and don't push the like button. You know who I'm really suspicious of? Canadians. Ooh. Canadians are spurious people, man. I think some of them are okay. I got a couple of Canadian friends, but they talk funny. Have you ever heard a Canadian talk? They say, a boot. What's that all about? Sorry, man. Hello, sorry. A boot. It's just strange. It's just unusual the way they talk. It's queer. It's disconcerting. That's okay. We're going to turn them into the USA. How are we going to make them the 51st state? USA! Coming to save the day. Oh, so good, man. Big Mac. American Big Mac. You know what I'm saying, Pakistan? Pakistan. It's an American Big Mac, Pakistan. I'm not angry, man. You think I'm angry? The fuck makes you think I'm angry? Who let you in this chat room? This ain't a free chat room. You can't just walk in here and ask stupid questions. What's the matter with you? Like you ain't got no fucking common sense. Right? Something matter with this guy in here. I can't even read his fucking name. Yeah. Sal knows what's up. He knows I'm not angry. I'm performing for the camera, stupid. Not you, Sal. Sal, you're a genius. You're a man of God. You're a scholar and a gentleman, a breeder of fine horses. We got this fucking asshat in here. Look at him. He doesn't even speak English. Speak a Christian language. The fuck are you doing speaking that gibberish in here? Don't nobody know what that means. Don't nobody fucking speak Swahili. Guys in here speaking fucking Swahili thinks we can understand that shit. Much love to you, Sal and Malton. What's the matter with the pale? What are they called? Palestine. 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 Pilaslam. I don't know what those are, man. Why do you want to free them? Are they locked up? Are they trapped? USA, do you need the USA to come over and kick somebody's fucking ass? Is that what you need? Is that why you're here? You're begging on your hands and knees? America, save us. We need freedom like the Americans. We want to be Americans. I think there's something wrong with you, friend. I think there is something seriously wrong with you. You, Amir. Amir. What are you doing here, Amir? Why do you ask so many stupid questions? Did you hit the button? Did you hit the button, Amir? If you don't hit the button, I'm going to come over there and slap you in the mouth, Amir. You are a stupid person, Amir. I don't like you at all. I don't like you very much, Amir. I'd rather see the Epstein flight logs freed. I know, huh? Let's talk about that. How about that? Who's going down to Epstein Island, right? Bill Clinton, Bill Gates, fucking even that dude in the wheelchair, Stephen Hawking. He was going down there partying on the Lolita Express. That's me, 16-year-old girl. Beep, beep. That shit's crazy, man. And P. Diddy getting the white party on. Ain't no party like a P. Diddy party, baby. Come on over. We got baby oil. You got oil up our bodies. Motherfucker. That shit was crazy. Those guys are whack, man, right? They're getting like 12-inch dildos and just shoving them up their asses. Oh, God, what a nightmare. What an absolute nightmare. Please subscribe. Yeah, guys, please hit the subscribe button. Malton is right about that. Bucka Cruz. Hi, Bucka Cruz. How are you? Bucka Cruz got the rainbow flag flying. Are you into gay stuff? Is that why you like those rainbow flags, Bucka Cruz? You like to shove one in your mouth? Gurgle some cock. You like to go balls deep on a schlong? Is that what you do, Bucka Cruz? I mean, that's all right if that's what you like to do, but we got children in here, so don't be pulling that shit in here. There's a child's in here. So don't be pulling no gay shit. Get rid of that rainbow flag. The Diddy documentary that 50 Cent is working on will be very interesting. I believe it, yeah. I don't know what happened to 50 Cent. I'm pretty sure they killed him, though. All right? I'm in LA. You know, I told you before, Sal, that I'm from Los Angeles originally. So I kind of grew up with all those gangsters. Gangster rap was really popular in the 80s when I was a kid. You know, NWA. Woke up quick at about noon. Just thought that I had to be at Compton soon. I got to get drunk before the day begins, before my mother starts bitching about my friends. About to go and damn near went blind. Young niggas at the hood throwing up gang signs. You know that one? Cause I'm an alley cat. Some say a dirty rat. On my side is my gats. Yeah, I'm all of that. Spitting out buckshot. Boy, I'm gonna wet ya. Running hard, but I'm still coming to get ya. Creeping like a steel toe, real slow. Taking hits from the bong. Got me feeling like Cheech and I'm kicking it with Chong. Just like Cheech and Chong fronting with ice cream. Cypress Hill is here to give you a nice stream. Yeah, you know it, huh? You knew it. You know that shit. Hits from the bong. Paging Dr. Green Thumb. Is there a doctor in the house? Yeah, I love me some Cypress Hill, man. I didn't live far from Cypress Hill, Long Beach. That's where I grew up. That's my hood. I'm an old hoodie from Cypress Hill, man. Right down the block. I've seen those guys live in concert so many times. Well, not them, but I have seen them. I saw NWA at the Compton Swap Meet. Can you fucking believe that, man? I was like 12 years old and I went there with my sister. My sister was older. She's about 8 or 9 years older than me. And she took me to the Compton Swap Meet to see NWA play. And Easy pointed at me out in the crowd. And he said, "Look at that little white kid out in the crowd. Get that little white kid up here." And I went up there, like up to the stage. And he's like, What you doing here, little white kid?" He's like, "You crazy." And I said, "I just came to see you guys play." He's like, "All right, I like that." Easy fucking shook my hand, man. Little white kid. Only white kid in a sea of Negroes. It's good fun. Let's see what we got going on. The chat's going too fast because Malton's fucking going bananas over here. I'm a huge fan of the Wu-Tang Clan and a Tribe Called Quest. Yeah, a Tribe Called Quest. That's like a pimp name. A pimp name. What? What was that guy's name? A pimp names. I forgot that dude's name, man. My memory is starting to fail me now. I'm so fucking jealous, man. But that was incredible seeing them live. Yeah, and I saw Infectious Grooves, the grooves that make your booty move. That was Suicidal Tendencies and some funky ghetto babies that did that. Suicidal Tendencies turned into Infectious Grooves for a little while. They did a couple of tours. I saw them. Where did we see them? Like in Pasadena or something. I saw the Grateful Dead at the LA Coliseum. There was like 50,000 people there. Everybody was tripping on acid. Can't believe Dr. Dre and Snoop just released a new album. Yeah, that's fucking absolutely bananas, man. Dr. Dre's like the same age as me, man. I think he's a little bit older. Maybe he's a little older. Maybe he's like 10 years older than me. But those guys are all like right around my age, man. That was OG. If I was a kid, though, they were already rapping. So, yeah, they have to be older. Best live show I've ever seen? Slayer, I think. Slayer and I think Pantera played at Iguanas, a little bitty club in Mexico, Tijuana, Mexico, a club called Iguanas. And you had to be like 18 to get in there, but I was only like maybe 15. And a guy died at that concert, man. He jumped off the second story, tried to do like a stage dive off the second story balcony, and landed head first on solid concrete. And I'm pretty sure he died. He was a skinhead, stupid fucking skinhead shit. Um, Best show though, I don't know, man. Honestly, like I loved Bruce Dickinson and Iron Maiden, and I saw them live after death, their 1980 tour at the Long Beach Coliseum, where he starts off by the show. He comes out on stage. I think I was like maybe 14 years old, maybe 15. And he's yelling, "Scream for me, Long Beach! Scream for me, Long Beach!" That fucking show was so lit, man. God, I love that. I've seen Iron Maiden about probably a dozen times, maybe more. Iron Maiden was my favorite rock band when I was a kid. I just loved the way I loved all their songs. I loved the way they sing. It was just fucking beautiful music, man. I love it so much. But I saw Slayer and Megadeth and White Zombie and fucking Nirvana, bunch of faggots. Um, Yeah. And like all those bands I was telling you about last night, those guys that produced music, I used to go to the band, like the practice area. I forget what they call it. Like where bands go to practice, the practice house or whatever, the studio, or it's not a studio, it's forget what you fucking call it. But there was like three different practice houses I would go to. One was in Huntington Beach, and punk bands would play there. The Vandals played there, or practiced there rather. The Vandals, Black Flag, Circle Jerks, the Sex Pistols sometimes came there and jammed out. Um, who else? Agent Orange. So many fucking dudes. That was like a punk practice house. I even forgot what they called those fucking practice houses, man. Where guys would go and jam and just practice. And like all the groupies would go there and want to screw the musicians, you know. But if you're a young guy and you're just hanging around, you could get some puss too. Like it wasn't hard at all. Because those girls hanging out with the bands always just want to fucking do drugs, man. Really good stuff. Yeah, growing up in LA was a lot of fun, especially during that era. Ever heard of a band called Soft Play? No, I haven't. I don't know that one. They've been keeping punk alive in this country. Okay, cool. So they're like a more recent thing, I would imagine. Yeah, I liked punk a lot, man. I liked all music. I didn't have no fucking prejudices. I'd listen to gangster rap and then I'd play some punk after that, and then I'd listen to some fucking rock and roll. I even listen to pop music. I don't care. I like jazz. I grew up listening to all kinds of music, man. I never, none of it ever. If it was good music, it's good music. It doesn't matter what kind, right? I should check them out. Okay, I'll write that down. If I don't write shit down, I'll forget, man. Getting older. Soft play. I'll check them out. I had a friend, a Swedish guy, that turned me on to a band called Othella or something like that. It was also like longer instrumental type rock music, heavy metal. I've seen Ozzy Osbourne play. I've seen I've seen ACDC play. ACDC like put on one of the like the people that go to watch it were the most passionate, like big money type of thing when I saw them. But honestly, like White Zombie and Guar, I've seen Guar play. They put on the best stage show. I like Zombie stage show better than Guar. Guar's just they're just fucking sick, demented. But White Zombie used to put on a really fun stage show, man. Yeah, you just got to be in the right mood for it. I agree with you. Same here, man. I love country and even some classical too. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I like country. There's some good country. I love fucking Irish folk songs, man. I bet you got English folk songs too that I'd probably love. There's another Swedish band called Viagra. Viagra Boys, very much punky found stuff. Yeah, a lot of like per capita, more heavy metal comes out of like Sweden and Iceland or something and fucking Finland than like any other country in the world. I mean, what are those guys are like Vikings up there? They just rock out like they got really, really heavy metal and punk rock. I mean, they're doing something right, obviously. The Merry Wallopers, they're wonderful Irish folk. Okay, yeah, I should get my fucking pen, man, and write some shit down. Sure, I got a pen somewhere. I am a school teacher after all. Some dude was talking shit the other day. He's like, I can't believe Flint Money's a fucking high school teacher. And I'm like, bro, you don't know shit. I'm one of the higher caliber teachers here in China. There's another Swedish band called Viagra. Ever heard of the Molly Wallopers? Ever heard any Irish rap? No, the only Irish rap I've heard is like that one Irish band from Boston, the House of Pain. The House of Pain is in full effect, and anytime you stepped up, you know you're getting wrecked. So jump up, jump around. I listened to them back in the day, but they're not really Irish. They're just Boston boys that they are Irish. They're Irish descent, but they didn't fucking grow up in Ireland. They grew up in Boston. Yeah, let me write that. Oh, what the fuck? Get out of here. Leave me alone. All right, guys, I finished that burger. I got to rate that burger. That was all pretty good. Generally, the fries were a little cold, so I'm gonna have to go a little. I'm gonna have to take off a few points for the fries. But the chicken McChicken sandwich and the Big Mac were pretty good. The ice cream was perfect. All in all, I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. Today's McDonald's meal was a 7 out of 10. How do you like that? And it cost me approximately like $8 for two burgers, a French fry, and a Coke, and a small thing of ice cream. Let me write that down. Mary Wallopers. Yeah, I'll check that out for sure. Flogging Molly's another one of my favorite Irish like rock bands. Dropkick Murphys, kind of like them a little bit. I know there's a bunch though. Like I've missed a bunch. I said Flogging Molly, Dropkick Murphy. There's another one that does kind of like punky Irish style music. Can't remember what their names are. I think the Vandals were Irish too. They hung out in L.A. They were in L.A. all the fucking time. But a guy called Kojoke, Kojaque, Kojoke, Irish rap. Check Kneecap. Kneecap and Kajoki, huh? Kneecap. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. There's a couple of Irish people that work at the school I work at now too. And the first time I heard this guy, his name's James. The first time I heard him speak, like I was talking to two British guys, and I could understand everything perfectly clear. Like the British accent, it's really nice. And then the Irish guy said something, like he chimed in and he said something, and I couldn't understand a word of it. And I looked at him and I said, "Is that Irish?" And he said, "Yeah, yeah, it's Irish." And I was like, "Oh my god, I can't understand a single word you're saying, bro." He has such a strong Irish accent, and he really does too. And a fucking Dien Liang D, Dien Liang D. My headphones are about to go out, man. They keep fucking around and running out of power. Let's have a cigarette. What do you think about that? How about a cigarette? You guys ready for a cigarette? That was a nice little dinner. Yeah, or Scottish accents, exactly. That's what they said too. They said that in another department of the school there was a Scottish guy that worked with them for a while. I didn't know him. I never met him, but they said now he was a guy you couldn't understand a single fucking word. Even the Irish guy couldn't understand him. So that must be something else. Yeah, yeah. Let's have a smoke together, amigo, hermano, senor. What the fucking shit falling over? I can't even get the goddamn plastic off these cigarettes. What's up with that? Okay, today we're smoking once again Red Tower Mountain Chinese brand. This is a working class man's cigarette. How do they sound when they speak Chinese? I don't think any of those guys. No, no, I haven't met any of those guys speak Chinese. I've been trying to push them. I don't push them, but I suggest it like every year because it's not that fucking hard to learn. If you're gonna be here, you might as well learn some, right? So every year we have free Chinese classes at the school for the teachers, but very few people ever take it. And when they do, I'll go to classes. Like my Chinese is, well, I'm fluent in Chinese, but I'll go to like the classes just to have fun with the teacher and talk to the foreigners and try to get them to speak more Chinese. But yeah, they think it's hard, and it's not that hard. Like learning anything's about the same, right? Like just take it slow. You don't have to learn everything at once. You just learn some basic shit. Say how to say hello, goodbye, where's the toilet? Nice to meet you, that kind of thing. It's not that hard. But I made a New Year's resolution to work on my German. this year. Yeah, patience and practice. So I've already started reviewing some of the basic German, and let's see. Wie geht es Ihnen? Geht es gut? Sehr gut. Danke. Und Sie? Auf gut. Okay, so I just how are you? Doing good. I'm great. I'm also great. What's some other shit I learned? Bis morgen. See you tomorrow. Um, of course, count to 10. Eins, eins, drei, vier, fünf, fünf, sechs, sieben, achten, neun, 10. I can just count to 10. I can't count beyond 10 yet. Um, the German teacher, one of the German teachers sits across from me this semester, like right next to me. And he's like, when he saw my last name, von Montage, he's like, that's a German name. Doesn't it mean Monday? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, oh, you can practice German with me then. And I'm like, I don't fucking know any German. And okay. Yeah, I don't either. I've never gotten beyond, möchten Sie Bier trinken? Danke. Right? Bitte. Möchten Sie Bier trinken, bitte? Right? I'd like to drink a beer. Danke's thank you. Bitter's you're welcome, right? Dankeschön. Um, ich möchte ein Bier trinken. Would it be einen Bier trinken? I'd like to drink a beer. Wein trinken, Wasser trinken, water, drink some water. Kind of cool though. You can hear some of the like in the German language. You can hear the English in it, right? Because we know that English comes from German. English is a Germanic language, especially in syntax and grammar. But a lot of the words come from French because the Franks conquered the Saxons back in the 1400s, and so they imported a lot of their Franco language into it. Yeah, like was ist der Namen? Was ist Sie Namen? Was ist einen Namen? What is your name? What, was, what, is, der, your, Namen, name. I mean, it just sounds just like English almost, right? Haimesh Rathor. Hi, sir. Where are you from? Well, I'm from all over, Hamish. I'm originally from the Emerald Isle, from Killarney. But most recently, I'm living in Beijing, China. Yeah, that's right. English is an amalgamation of many languages. Yeah, they call it a polyglot. Polyglot, a many language. A polyglot. It's cultural development of language from centuries of invasions and foreign rule. Absolutely, absolutely. Meinen Namen ist. My name is. Meinen Namen ist Frank. Haimesh, where are you from, Haimesh? Haimesh Rathor. That's kind of a neat name. Haimesh sounds like an Indian name, and then Rathor sounds like a Danish name, like Ragnar. I can't imagine any Danes being named Haimesh though. India, Uttarakhand, Uttarakhand. Okay, welcome India. Good to see you. It's good to see you, India. Welcome to the chat. Very nice to have you in the chat. I hope you're having a lovely day. We have special booking. If you need a girl or some special service, let me know. Come follow me, gentlemen. I know the place to get the special booking. So yeah, I know my Indian a little bit. I know my Hong Kong Indian. When you're down in Hong Kong and you're cruising around, the Indians will come up to you. I'd get special booking for you, my friend. And you are my friend. Give me $100 and I will find you the special booking. Beautiful girl, virgin girl, only 15 years old. Rathor is very powerful. Yeah, it's interesting. It's one of the reasons I don't believe in cultural appropriation. Cultures have been developed for centuries by humans for all of us to enjoy. I agree with you, Sam Smith. You sound like a wise man. You are a very, very wise man. Yes, indeed. I can't move my head like an Indian though. Sorry, Rathor. Yeah, that's a lovely name, Rathor. Quite a dandy name. I enjoy it. Make sure you hit the thumbs up, Rathor. Hamish. Hamish Rathor, hit the thumbs up. Like and subscribe. Make sure you do that. It's important. It's very, very important, Rathor, that you subscribe to the channel. How do you feel about Hong Kong and Taiwan? Yeah, I don't know. I really I don't know enough about it. When I studied Chinese culture, I studied prior everything prior to modern China. Yeah, it's a hot topic in China. But really, like that other thing that guy asked me about, it's just not something I really think about. It was the UK, it was England, Britannia that conquered the island of Hong Kong. So not really that much of an interest to me. I think it would be more interest to the British. I think they kind of fucked it up, to be honest with you, though. It was a lot better under British rule, to be 100%, because I visited while it was still under British rule. And then I visited a couple of times, like immediately after. And at first, they didn't do anything, like they didn't change anything. But in the last decade, they've changed everything. And now it's not great. It was much better before. So, I mean, it is what it is. As far as that other one goes, I had a friend who actually lived there for several years, and my uncle lived in Taiwan for several years. And I have a friend that moved from China to Taiwan because they have more skate parks and you can, go skateboarding. And he was a skateboarding friend of mine. They got some skate parks here in Beijing too. And we would go skating together. But he didn't really like it here that much. He was here 20 years though. And he moved there, man, and he was sending me messages and like emails all the time. And he's like, "It's fucking great here, man. You can go surfing. They got skate parks everywhere. The people are really nice. The food's better. The jobs pay more." Got a lot of respect for you not talking on topics you don't know about. So many people will just run their mouth even though they don't know anything. Yeah, I'm gonna try not to talk about anything I don't know much about. I mean, that's why I'm here. I'm here to learn too. Fuck, it sounds like there's a lot of things you know more about than I know about, and we all know different things, right? So that's why we get together and have conversations. So maybe I can learn a little something from you. You might learn a little something from me. You never know. Yeah, like I said, I just don't know much about it. I studied all of the history and culture prior to the founding of the People's Republic of China. I was more interested in ancient Chinese culture, like the ancient sages and Taoism and the architecture of the old world and this kind of thing. I really wasn't not interested in the modern world stuff because I've got all of that. I grew up in LA and we had the cutting edge of societal evolution. What more need you look for in the modern world? I was looking for things of the ancient world. So I know a little more about that than I do about those other things. And they conquered back and forth those dynasties. The Chinese, in like 500 AD had already invaded Japan. Um, there's someone talking outside, out in the alley, I guess. Yeah, it's kind of a long thing. I What sparked my interest in China? A number of situations where I wasn't far from Chinatown in LA. And sometimes I would go to Chinatown and I just really, even as a kid, there was like a comic book store nearby there. And I'd go to the comic book store and I'd buy like, Batman or Watchmen or something like that. And then Green Lantern. And then I would cruise over into Chinatown to go to like their bookstores and stuff. And I liked looking in the statuary shops and I would talk to some of the Chinese folks there. And the first time my father took me to a Chinese restaurant, I saw Chinese characters up on the wall and I was just like a little boy. And I thought it looked like a picture. And I asked the waiter, I said, "Hey, what is that a picture of? I can't figure it out. It looks funny." And he said, "That's the Chinese character. That's our writing. And that's the character for lucky. It means good luck." And I was like, wow, that's fucking amazing. You know, how can you read that? Blah, blah, blah. And so just like from then on, I had an interest in learning the Chinese language and learning about their culture. And I just always thought it was kind of fun. Like honestly, I was more interested in the philosophy and I thought the painting style is really nice. They use watercolor and it's very simple and it appeals. Like there's a lot about the Chinese culture that appeals to a young mind, right? Like the mind of a child. Um, and then you realize that the more you study it, you know, I've been studying Chinese and their culture and shit for like 40 years, and it has enough depth and breadth and richness to satisfy an older guy too, like the higher levels of intellectual curiosity. You know, you learn some basic things as a young man and it goes deeper and deeper and deeper. So yeah, it's just a lifelong learning of the that was my interest. I didn't even know, like, again, I didn't do any of the kind of the research into modern China or what was going on or what people thought about it. And every time someone came at me with an opinion, right? So many fucking opinions. Everybody said, "Oh, you're never going to China. You know, they'll steal your kidneys. You know, it's a communist country. There's no freedom and shit like that." And every time there was a naysayer that tried to stop me, I would just in the back of my mind, I'd say, "You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You've never been there." You know? And that's just rumor and hearsay. I said, "I got to go see for myself." And so I came over here to see for myself. And my intention, you know, I got into a university program, and my intention was to stay long enough, you know, to give it a shot. I don't think you can learn about a country just by staying for a year, you know, or 2 years or something like that. And so I decided to make it the long haul, and it's been 24 years now. Wow. And I knew I'd hear myself say that. I knew, you know, growing up in the States, I said I'd lived in the States for 30 years. I knew all about that. You know, I learned all about that. And I said, I think it would take me at least 30 years to get a good understanding of China. And I think I have. I think I put in my time. Yeah. It took me a long fucking time too. Like I tried to get into a Chinese program in high school and they wouldn't do it. It was like right around the time of the Tiananmen Square event. And yeah, it's funny too. When I first started studying, and I couldn't hardly, you know, just, you learn some really basic stuff. And I would have dreams of myself being older and speaking fluent Chinese. And so I knew that it would happen. Like in my dream, I would be in a conversation with like four, five, six people, and everybody speaking high level Chinese, and I could perfectly understand all of it. And I thought, wow. And this was back when you know, I could just say hello and count to 10, you know, something like that. And it took me, you know, 6 years at university and then another 10 years of being in country till I finally got to that level, to like a level where I think that I've got like high school level Chinese now. And at the same time, like you could say that you have a certain level of Chinese, right? Like, you know, my Chinese is, can you still hear me? I don't know if my microphone died. Too, man. Like, I'm still hear me. Okay, good. Yeah. I think that I'm somehow fortunate. Not as clear though. Yeah,
me check that. Hello. How about now? Can you hear me now? I think it should probably be okay now. Give me 5s if you can hear me. How's the sound now? Did it come back on? Yes or no? Yes? No? Hello, hello, hello. Can hear you now. Okay, good. I figured it out. Yeah, I got this little Bluetooth speaker. This thing will work, but it'll sound like shit. It'll sound like I'm talking into a fucking tin can. But that's okay. Better talking into a tin can than nothing at all, huh? So where did I leave off? Yeah, I was just going to say that now that I'm the age I'm at, had I not pushed hard in my 20s to chase my dreams, no matter what anybody fucking said to me, I never would have made it, man. If I would have just, if at any point I would have given up and believed in like what other people were telling me, like the doubters and the naysayers, yeah, old school radio transmission, that's right. If I would have at any time like just bought into all that, like listened to, you know, people's opinions and shit, because everybody always said, no, you'll never make it, you'll never go, you know, blah, blah, blah. Why would you do that? Blah, 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 just over and over and over again. Yeah, it would have broken my heart because it was, you know, it was like a youthful passion of mine, and I needed to make it happen. And even a Shifu, like a Chinese dude that I worked with, I was like, you know, I want to go to China and make a run of it, but not the old fashioned audio. That's right. Yeah, it is old fashioned audio. Hey, what's up, Russian Lad? Good to see you, man. Sal Smith is in the chat. He's a good guy too. Russian Lad's a Russian living in America. Good guy. He's been a long-time member of the channel. Sal Smith is a Englishman living in Old Britannia. And we're talking about how I got to China and what it all means, man, what it all means. So, yeah, I would say, you know, at my age, for young men these days, yeah, definitely follow your dreams and don't believe the fucking naysayers. Naysayers are always going to say nay. That's what they do. That's why they're called naysayers, right? Yeah. And haters going to hate, naysayers going nay. And you can't let that fucking deter you. And looking back, I wouldn't have done it any other way, you know? I went back to California a few times recently, thinking about moving back, looking for jobs and shit. And my sister, I've still got a sister in LA. I've got a sister in Colorado. I've got a brother in San Diego. And I thought about trying to like set up shop in one of those towns and move my family back. And it's like way different now. Like being a white dude, you know, cis white male, they don't want nothing to do with you in America, it seems like anymore. It's like all they want to do is hire. Feel real bad for LA right now. Yeah, definitely. Well, only a couple of places are on fire, and it's mostly just like the super rich areas. So honestly, I don't really feel that bad for them. She lives south of the city. There are no fires south of LA. All the fires are in like northern LA. I heard they're in Santa Monica, the Palisades, maybe some in Pasadena, some in the San Bernardino Forest, but that's all North LA and like north of the city. All my family lives south LA and south of the city. So yeah, it's not affecting anyone I know. But yeah. I'm not heartless for them, but you gotta have so much money to live there now. Like even a basic house is $1 million, you know, for like a basic 3-bedroom house, or maybe 4-bedroom, 2-bath. But yeah, it happens every fucking year. I mean, they're pretty bad this year, but we get wildfires in California every year because the government just doesn't manage the forestry. They're fucking stupid. There's the firefighters will tell you too. My brother-in-law, my sister married the fire chief of LA. He was fire chief of LA for a while, but then he shifted and he became fire chief of Mira Mesa. But he was fire chief of LA County, and he'd be the first to tell you they don't fucking let them manage it. They won't give them enough money to buy the equipment they need, and they won't let them go in and make fire breaks and shit, like cut through the forest and make like big swaths where the fire won't keep going. Like they say it's protected, you know, they won't let them cut the manzanita brush. Like it grows up really fast and then it dries out and just fucking erupts into flame. And the federal, I think it's the federal government, maybe. I think it's the federal government that controls the forest. What do they call it? Forestry, the forestry department. It's federal, and they don't give a fuck. So I think that has a lot to do with it. If it was state controlled, I think they would have it under better control. And hopefully, with the new presidente coming in, Mr. T, he understands that shit, and hopefully he'll do something to help that situation, because it's not just like that in California. It's all the way up the fucking coast. They mismanage the forests all along California, all the way up in Oregon and Washington. None of it's managed correctly. Most are on the Epstein list. Oh, yeah, definitely. Russian Lab says, I'm the only one who believes it was arson. It just had to be rich parts of L.A. We both know rich guys are getting offed lately. Yeah, that might actually be a good thing, I don't think they're like that northern county of L.A., that northern part of the county, like Beverly Hills, Santa Monica, the Palisades, nothing but fucking crooks live there, man. Guys that have robbed millions and millions and billions of dollars out of the economy and put it into their own pocket. Their houses are all like anywhere from 2 to 10 to 25 million in that area. Like Ranchos Palos Verdes, that's one of the richest neighborhoods in the world outside of Beverly Hills. And if those motherfuckers' house burned down, yeah, good riddance. But at the same time, I can't say that because I am an LA native. And even though they're just a bunch of rich cocksuckers, still it kind of makes LA what it is, part of it. And if you burn down all the rich people, then you ain't gonna have shit but a bunch of ghettos. And maybe we live in the ghettos already, but it's still kind of nice having nice things around, even if they're not yours. You know what I mean? It's like, it's cool to drive through their neighborhood sometime and be like, damn, that's a nice looking fucking house right there. Swimming pool, 3-car garage, shit like that. And you could always get a job as a pool boy and go over and clean their pools, once a week or something, and then screw their wife when they're not at home. So that's how you can stick it back to the old rich guy. Get a pool boy job and charge him $50 an hour to clean his pool and screw his wife. I've seen documentaries on the state of LA where the homeless crisis seems like it's going to be the way for years now. Yeah, and I'll tell you something, man. When I was a kid, there weren't any homeless. Like, I was born in the 70s, grew up in the 80s, and maybe you'd see one homeless person, just a couple of homeless people scattered around the city. And it was because they were probably nuts, right? Like they were fucking lunatics, or, returning veterans, Vietnam vets and stuff. A lot of those guys became homeless. But the homeless crisis now with the illicit drugs like fentanyl and stuff like that, and crack cocaine, methamphetamine, that's all been implemented by design by the CIA to kill more Americans and take away more of the private property of Americans. Yeah, every city in America is bad right now. And not only the cities, it's moving into the countrysides and the rural areas too. The rural areas are becoming overrun with immigrants that are looting and pillaging and raping and killing and spreading drugs everywhere. It's a fucking disaster, man. It really is. And it's not just the USA, man. It's like the entirety of the Western world. They're doing it to Canada. They're doing it to Australia. They're dumping people on you guys over in the UK. They're dumping them in Ireland, Sweden, Germany, France, Spain, Italy. It's the entire Western world is just being inundated with the refuse of the third world. And, it is what it is. It's going to shake things up, that's for sure. Yeah, the grooming gangs, totally horrific. And, yesterday when we were talking about that, Sal Smith, I fucking called it, man. I said that Lily Phillips gal and that blue bonnet girl or whatever that are fucking dudes online, like 100 dudes in 12 hours or whatever, that they're using that as a psyop for the grooming gangs to put it out of people's minds and to run interference. And I'm not, after I said that on my live stream, I woke up this morning and I saw 3 news articles saying the exact same thing. So I said it before they did. I said it the night before. Well, maybe they already said it, but YouTube algorithm brought me that information after hearing me talk about it. So it's pretty fucking obvious. It doesn't take a rocket scientist that if these grooming gangs are going around and doing this to all the white women in Western countries, that what they're going to do is roll out white women in the porn industry to do these kinds of public displays of debauchery to try to bring people's guard down. I heard about that. I did. It's just unthinkable. Yeah, they're calling that German guy Two-Tier Kier or whatever. Again, I don't know a lot about it, but it seems like, you know, it's being done by design. That's a fact, and it's a part of the whole United Nations Sustainable Goals drive and 15-minute cities, and all this shit ties in together. That George Soros and that other guy, what is that other guy's name? That real evil German guy at the head of the coalition to destroy our freedoms. And he looks like a fucking villain right out of a James Bond movie. What's his name? I forgot. But he's always on TV talking about how you will own nothing and be happy. We must really implement these drastic designs to control people's freedoms. Like, a guy sounds just like fucking Hitler. How could anybody listen to that and agree with that asshole? I don't know. It's more than I know. But it absolutely is a disaster. And that's all I know. Anyway, though, like, and I think about it from a different perspective, like over here, they would never tolerate that shit over here. They don't allow for any fucking any of that. That would never fly. They would never let that shit play out in their society. They would throw these guys into prison camps so fucking fast your head would spin. And not only would they throw them into prison camps, they would retrain them brutally and then put them into labor forces and make them fucking crush rock or sort through trash or fucking build buildings or something. They don't tolerate that shit here, not for a fucking minute. You know, that's neither here nor there. Some may say, oh, that's bad. It's so oppressive. It's a dictatorship or whatever. But it's like, fuck, at least it keeps the goddamn streets safe. And anybody who's willing and able to work a normal job and not engage in criminal behavior is going to have a decent life. You know, there's no talk of government or people lording things over you. They don't harass the people. There aren't any police officers in society. I mean, they're there, but they're never there. You can never see them. They don't need to walk around. They don't do patrols. And it's because everything's under 24-hour surveillance, right? If you do something, facial recognition, you're fucking tagged and bagged. But ever since I've gotten here, I've never felt a sense that the Chinese are lording it over their population. They're not. People just go about their daily lives and never even fucking think about it. And it's not that they don't think about it because they don't have to, and it's just not something they need concern themselves with. All they need concern themselves with is maintaining a normal, ordinary job. Oh yeah, absolutely. Like right now, you know, it's doing facial recognition on me, doing this live streaming and shit. You know, we all run a risk to a certain extent. And here it's especially egregious. Like you're you're being filmed thousands and thousands of times as soon as you fucking step out the door. And it's all tracking your every fucking move, down to a hair tip, everything you buy, everything you say online. Fuck, I wouldn't be surprised if, they're not monitoring your thoughts now, which I'm sure they are. And again, too, like, you have to think of my perspective of being like a guest in their country. Oh, I don't even think you can hear me now. I moved the speaker too far away. So what I was going to say was, like, even from my perspective, I don't have the local everyday man's perspective because I'm a foreign guest in the country. I have a foreign expert certificate. I have a green card. I have all of these things that make me a little more of like an egalitarian member of society. I'm a part of the intelligentsia, right? I teach at an academy, an international academy, a well-known international academy. And as a result, I definitely have a charmed life in comparison to your everyday, man on the street. But I worked hard for it too, and I came in with a different mindset and a different situation. I put myself through university. I came over here and humbled myself, and told them why I was here, that I love the culture and I wanted to learn all about it. And they immediately, elevated me into positions that were beneficial for them and me, that were useful for them to have a foreigner, represent in certain situations. And then at the same time, it put me rubbing elbows with some of the top members in society. Yeah, that's an interesting question. Yeah, I've prepared my coffin. No, I don't want to. I don't want my body to be buried here. They don't do burials anymore. They just do cremations. So if I were to die here, I would hope that my wife would. I've written a will, and I want my body to be returned intact to the United States. And I already have a burial plot in the country back in the U.S. In fact, last year, me and my wife went back and we marked off 6 burial plots. One for me, one for her, one for each of our children, and 2 more in case we have grandchildren that we'd like to bury there. So I buried my brother, my father, and my mother during COVID, and I buried them all in like one 12 by 12 foot plot, and get a big headstone for them and stuff, and had a funeral. And then at the same time, me and my wife, we started preparing for our funerals as well. So yeah, big family plot. Everybody's going to be in one spot. My mother's there. I've got an aunt that's there and an uncle, and then both my mother, my father, my brother, and then it's going to be me, my wife, and everyone. We're just going to put them all there because it's great because that one cemetery, it's a big old cemetery, and they have an entire old section called the old section where you can mark off a plot for free. As long as you put your grave markers down, then the people who run it, that's your plot. You can use it and have it for free and bury as many coffins as you want. A lot of people do cremate and then bury the urn, but I'd rather go with just like a regular coffin and have the old corpse put underground. But yeah, and thank you for that. I appreciate that, man. It's been hard, man. I know that the Coovies was hard on everyone, and yeah, I lost quite a bit during that shit. And I don't know, what it was or what it wasn't, but they all supposedly had gotten the Couve at one point. They got the shots, and it was blood clots, man. Blood clot killed my brother, and I believe probably interfered with my mom's health. My mom wasn't in good health, though, already. She was already, pushing 80, late 70s. Yeah, I'd rather be worm food, I think. Yeah. I think that's kind of my idea, too. I don't really like the idea of burning the corpse. It seems a little bit drastic to me, but some people like to do it. A lot of people do, in fact. They think it's a great way to be buried, but I'm not fucking sure about that. I think my spirit might feel that. You're burning me alive. Yeah, see, it's weird, huh? Yeah, they fucked around during that shit, man. They something was going on. It was something fishy for sure. Like none of it was what they told us it was. Like it there was some fucking horse shit going on. And yeah, and then both of my best friends too. That's it's just really weird, man. Like fuck. Cuz I never fucked around. I didn't get sick during that whole period and I didn't take none of their fucking shots, man. I didn't feel like I needed it. And I'm here at ground zero, you know, and I didn't give any kind of fucks. I mean, when we went into lockdown, I just stayed in lockdown. I mean, that sucked worse than anything, just being trapped in the house for like, I was trapped at home for like 8 months. And 6 weeks, our whole apartment complex was under like serious lockdown. Like we couldn't even leave the house. They didn't bar our doors or nothing, but you had to get one per family. They issued one travel pass per family for one person to leave and get the groceries, and everybody else had to stay inside. Like we couldn't even go outside and get sunlight and shit. It was weird. I did anyway. I didn't give a fuck. I'd go out early morning and walk around in the yard. But yeah, there was like 6 weeks of that, and then there was like 3 months of very limited movement around the neighborhood, and then like in total, we were on lockdown for like 8 months to a year, where we like you just couldn't get around at all, and it was like 2 years of tracking. You had to have your app tracked, and you had to get tested regularly, and you had to have a green pass. And if like someone in like the vicinity of where you were hit positive, they'd shut down the whole fucking district or like the whole neighborhood and come in and lock everything down and test everyone and pull people off into camps and shit. It was fucking crazy. But I was confident that I would make it through it. I got a warrior's mindset. And I was like, fuck all this. And I thought if worse comes to worse, I'll go down fighting. If I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die fighting. So I was in no mood to be fucked with during that horse shit. Just yeah, total fucking BS, man. Really, really bad. And it's funny too, because like they didn't allow us to talk about it at all here on the internet. And I don't even know if we can now. Like this whole video might get a strike just for expressing some opinions. But I've noticed more and more people are talking about it now. But I noticed it wasn't until like just recently that people felt comfortable like talking about it really again in society. Like, and imagine that from 2020 to 2025, nobody said a fucking word about it really. Like everybody was just like, ah, that was bad. But we all kept our mouths shut, man. And but like this year, the beginning of the year and stuff, just the end of last year, I noticed more and more people started opening up and telling their story, you know, like talking about loved ones they lost and talking about, you know, what they went through and stuff like that. Because a lot of people just didn't want to fucking talk about it too soon, right? Yeah, and it seemed like people did forget about it, but not now, man. I've noticed like there's been conversations like regularly and like people really opening up. Like a lot of people suffered some serious trauma during that, man. And I did too. Like as many folks fucking died in my life, like people I loved and always thought I would see again. And like my mom, I had just seen her like 3 months before she died or something. Or maybe it was 4 months, something like that. But you know, it's just like people you thought would be around forever, you know, like because people think that anyway. But the older you get, the more people die, man. That's just a fact of life. And me being the youngest in my family means that if I live a normal, healthy life, you know, like I'm gonna watch everyone die, which kind of sucks. Yeah, I gotta kind of agree with you, man. I don't think anything's gonna be done about it. I mean, we can beg and plead and wish all we want, but yeah, it's just I think they pulled it off, and I think they feel like now they could probably pull it off again. And it was implemented so so like swift and draconian and severe that I think that it just built their confidence, man. They could shut down the entire world and show everyone that even the economy didn't mean much to them. So pretty fucking serious, man. Pretty gnarly. and what to make of it all. There's got to be a lesson there. There's got to be some kind of lesson. But maybe there's not. Maybe it's just some fucking random event that doesn't mean anything. All right, let's turn it around a little bit. Magic. Keep doing good magic, amigo. Hour and a half. It's a pretty good long chat. Once again, thanks for stopping by. Sal Smith, good to see you, man. I'm going to fucking head off and get some other shit done. I got a little bookkeeping before I need to go to sleep. And I'm going to look up that band you sent me, the Merry Wallopers, Kneecap, and Kojak. I'm going to check those things out, man. That'll be fun, something for me to do this evening as I head off into the abodes of dreamland. I got a couple more. What time is it? I got a couple more hours, though, before I need to go to sleep. 7:30. Yeah, fairly early. But, yeah, I need to make a couple calls. Very good talking to you, my friend. I hope you have a lovely evening. Thanks for stopping by. And I will see you in the abodes of the future. Keep doing good magic at Aspera. If you've got a moment, pray with me if you know it. Holy art thou, Lord of the universe, the vast and the mighty one, creator of heaven and earth, maker of all things visible and invisible, master of both the light and the darkness, he who was, is, and shall be. We adore thee and we invoke thee. Send one of your divine spiritual agents, our holy guardian angel, to protect and guide us through the innumerable snares of the earthly sphere, and a cleansing wind to disperse all negativity and endless human opinion. Teach us those things which we must know for the completion of the great work and the glory of thine ineffable name, Adonai. So it is commanded and confirmed. So mote it be. Amen. All right, good magic. Ad Astra per Aspera Wayfarer. Until next time, bye for now. See you, Sal. Have a great night, man, or day.